The Roman Empire was vast, stretching from northern Britain to Egypt. Many people in Rome were slaves, seen as property, owned by their Roman masters. These slaves came from conquered lands or were born into slavery. Their lives were hard, filled with labor and little hope, with no real legal rights. Slavery was vital to Rome, powering its economy. Slaves worked in fields, mines, households, and built roads and temples. The fear of slave revolts was always present in Roman minds. Among these many Roman slaves was a man named Eunice. He was from Syria, captured and brought to Sicily, known for its harsh treatment of slaves. Eunice was owned by Antigenes of Enna, a city with a strong fortress. Life for slaves on Sicilian estates was brutal, creating deep anger. Eunice was clever, charismatic, and claimed to see the future, receiving messages from gods. He was known as a wonder worker, talking to the Syrian goddess Atargatis, promising freedom. His reputation grew, offering hope to his fellow slaves. He became a leader figure, his influence spreading beyond his master's estate. The situation in Sicily was tense, with slaves greatly outnumbering free men. Wealthy landowners were often cruel, pushing slaves beyond limits for greater profits. Eunice began to speak boldly, telling of visions of a great uprising. He said the gods favored them, that their victory was certain. His words resonated with desperate people, urging them to prepare for action. The revolt began around 135 BC, starting in Enna, with Eunice as its leader. About 400 slaves gathered, armed with kitchen tools and farm implements. They attacked their unsuspecting masters, and the uprising spread like wildfire. Eunice led the attack on Enna, storming the city with his followers. The local Roman authorities were unprepared and quickly overwhelmed. Enna fell into the hands of rebels, a shocking event challenging Roman power. This was a desperate, violent bid for freedom from their harsh bondage. Eunice was more than a fighter. He was a clever strategist. He used his prophetic claims to maintain morale and obedience. He performed a trick, breathing fire from his mouth, boosting his authority. Once Enna was captured, Eunice declared himself a king, taking the name Antiochus. He minted his own coins, a clear sign of his new state. He tried to create an army organized like the Roman one, knowing they needed discipline. He understood the importance of uniting different slave groups. Slaves in Sicily came from many different lands and cultures. His religious message helped bind them under a common purpose. He welcomed all who joined him, and his army grew rapidly. Soon, tens of thousands of slaves had flocked to his rebel banner. Eunice's strategy combined spectacle, organization, and unity. His leadership was crucial in sustaining the revolt. The news from Sicily shocked Rome. A successful slave revolt capturing cities was almost unbelievable. The Roman Senate was alarmed, knowing this was dangerous. Initially, Rome underestimated Eunice, sending small local forces. Eunice and his growing army managed to defeat them several times. These early victories boosted the slaves' confidence and brought more recruits. The revolt spread across Sicily, with another leader, Cleon, joining Eunice. Together, their forces became formidable, controlling large parts of Sicily. For several years, they held out against Roman attempts to stop them. This was the First Servile War, a major conflict, not a small riot. The success of the slaves sent a chilling message to Rome. It showed the deep vulnerability of a society reliant on slaves. The Roman elite became fearful of similar uprisings elsewhere. The war was costly in lives and Roman prestige. Rome could not allow this to continue. The Senate sent proper consular armies to Sicily, led by experienced generals. The tide began to turn slowly against Eunice and his followers. The Romans were relentless and brutal, with superior military power. The war lasted for several years, with many bloody battles and sieges. The Roman generals, like Rupilius, were determined to end the revolt. They gradually recaptured lost towns, pushing the slave armies back. The final battles were desperate, with Eunice eventually trapped and defeated. The Romans showed no mercy, crucifying captured slaves. Thousands died in this cruel way, a warning to others who might resist. Eunice himself was captured, found hiding in a cave. The Roman consul Publius Rupilius took him prisoner. Eunice was thrown into a dungeon in Morgantina, where he died from disease. His dream of a free kingdom ended in disaster. The rebellion was crushed, but its impact lingered. Though Eunice's revolt was crushed, it left a deep scar on Rome. It was the first of 3 large-scale slave wars Rome faced. It showed the Roman elite the danger lurking beneath their feet. The vast population of slaves could rise up with great fury. The First Servile War revealed serious weaknesses in Roman control. Rome had to pay more attention to provincial administration and the treatment of its slaves. Eunice became a symbol, a slave who dared to be king. His story was told and retold, a warning to masters and an inspiration to the oppressed. The memory of Eunice contributed to a growing unease within the Roman Republic. His story remains a testament to the enduring human desire for freedom.